I've got this notebook that I bought 10 years ago, so it's been a decade. I was thinking today that if I had put the money that I bought this notebook with into Bitcoin on the day that I bought this notebook, that money would be about 10 times my portfolio at the moment. And you can see in 10 years, I've only written about halfway through it. And the reason why I've got this book now is I carry it around with me. And when I think about something interesting, I write it down in the notebook because I'm old school like that, right? Anyway, on that depressing note, let's just get on with the video. All right, so we are waiting to get rich, guys, because in 60 days time, the Bitcoin halving is going to happen. And we're not the only ones waiting to get rich. The already rich are waiting to get extremely richer. Why do I say this? Well, number one Bitcoin bull, Michael Saylor, bought even more Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin is pumping pretty hard. So at this point, a lot of bears short the market, but not Saylor. Saylor is a bull, forever a bull. You saw the interview that he gave the other day that he would never sell his Bitcoin. He's going to keep buying forever, right? Well, that's not you and me. He's already a billionaire, so he can afford to do that. In fact, he is up around $5 billion apparently. Now, if you guys remember when Bitcoin went to $16,000, nearly $15,000 earlier on, there were a lot of naysayers that were telling him, oh, you've made such a mistake. He should be fired. He should be kicked off the company. He's embezzled funds. You know, he's gone too far. And now he's laughing. He's about to be one of the richest people in the world. Definitely his company is going to be one of the richest ever. And a lot of this is basically because he's been such a diamond-handed crazy bull, right, of Bitcoin. 5 billion profit, that's a lot. So Bitcoin hit about $57,000. And there are many reasons to that. Of course, Saylor is one of the reasons, not him particularly, but he represents one of the reasons. The big whales are still buying even though the price is skyrocketing because they recognize the things that are about to happen. And because they're buying, the price is going up. Of course, the ETFs are seeding. So ETFs are nowhere near done. They're buying every single day. They've got programmatic buy orders that are buying X amount nearly on a daily basis. Millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin bought up on a daily basis programmatically into the future. The reason why we haven't seen the pump until recently is because also we had the massive dumping that was going on by Grayscale and some of the sellers. Now, the Grayscale selling is going to end pretty soon because eventually they're going to run out of things to sell. And the way we're going now, actually, the way Bitcoin is being bought up, apparently, is at twice the rate of new Bitcoin being mined. So demand is twice the supply. And anybody that knows the basics of economics, when demand is higher than supply, the price goes up. And it's just inevitable. I know retail doesn't think about things like this, but these experts, people like Michael Saylor, they've seen the writing on the wall and they are in and buying. BlackRock is buying, Fidelity is buying, ARK Invest is buying, everybody's buying. And the buying is about to ramp up ridiculously. And in 60 days time, something special is going to happen. We're going to hit Bitcoin mining. Two things are going to happen. Bitcoin is going to become more difficult to mine. So each Bitcoin by default is going to be worth twice as much in terms of, what the miners have to do. Second of all, the miners themselves are going to stop dumping. Some of them are selling probably to buy equipment because they're going to need that equipment to work twice as hard after the mining so that they can mine the same amount of Bitcoin they're mining now. A lot of them are selling now so that they can buy said equipment so they can make it back later. I believe there'll be no need for that, and I believe the miners' sales are going to be stopped dead in their tracks. And what's going to happen is that's going to cause a supply shock like we've never seen before. So even now, with Grayscale selling and the miners selling, the demand is twice as much. Now imagine when that selling stops and now all we have pretty much is just buying. The price of Bitcoin is going to rise, and dramatically so. A lot of people are now predicting that we will get all-time highs before the halving because a lot of these whales now recognize that waiting to the halving is a bad idea because Bitcoin will get a lot more expensive by default. So a lot of them are getting in now as well and buying before the halving. The result of that is demand is going to go up even higher and we might reach all-time highs before the halving. The other thing that's also happening that we might not think about, that's actually helping the price of Bitcoin and adding to the frenzy, is liquidations. See, a lot of people were expecting Bitcoin to correct significantly in the next few days. Unfortunately, a lot of those have been wrecked. A lot of people who shorted Bitcoin, 100 times, 20 times leverage, have been absolutely destroyed. Apparently, liquidations of nearly $500 million have happened in the last few days alone. So these liquidations have pushed the price of Bitcoin to, $57,000. And by tomorrow, who knows, we might hit 58, 59, even $60,000. The sky is the limit, not financial advice. Exciting times. Do your own research, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.